In Gallagher Estate, north of Johannesburg. This project is going to provide an alternative platform for clients who wish to apply for their ID smart cards and passports online. The process will take about 2 weeks from application to collection, which is about 3 days longer than the conventional way. But the beauty about this is that you don't have to go to a Home Affairs office, and that's a big thing. This is in an effort by the department to lessen the burden on both its clients and its Home Affairs officers. Joining us in studio now, we've got the Minister in charge of all of this, Malusi Gigaba. Minister, so good to have you. Welcome to the program.
Thank you very much, Leanne.
You know, it really does get exciting when, especially it comes to Home Affairs, technology is taken to another level, and you've done it once again. I mean, this is an exciting time. It
is an exciting time for Home Affairs. We're launching what we call an e-Home Affairs. We're trying to answer the question, if when our little children grow up, when they turn 16 years old, what type of Home Affairs must they find? When they go to apply for their ID smart cards or their passports in the future, what must happen? And we're answering that question now, or as it is. In terms of this new application, last year in the budget vote, I announced using an illustration of a lady called Takalani, and said, Takalani will, in the near future, sit on her desk with her computer open, log onto a Home Affairs website and a Home Affairs application, file in her application for a smart ID card or her passport, pay her fees through using the electronic funds transfer, and from then she will get an appointment to only go to her bank to take fingerprints and photograph.
Yeah.
After that, she will wait to be called to collect her ID smart card or her passport. We're launching that today. We've been piloting the process. It's been successful. Now the President is going to launch that program today. We're starting with only 12 branches of the 4 main banks in the country.
Okay.
First National Bank, Nedbank, ABSA, as well as Standard Bank. And after that, we're going to roll it out. We will announce later in the year a rollout plan. No, not later in the year, in the near future, a rollout plan for the rest of the country and the rest of the provinces.
Could we get to a position where basically all of the banks are capable of doing this?
We will get to that position. Not only that, we will also get to a position where even the Department of Home Affairs is also able to do that. We're working towards ensuring that we roll this application also to our Home Affairs offices. Because what we're trying to do is to make it convenient for people to apply for their documents. Technology is now an enabler, and it can be secure. We can find secure applications that enable people to apply for their documents without having to go to Home Affairs. In the near future, even the reapplication, because when somebody comes to reapply for their smart card or their passport is full, they need to apply for a new one. What is the point of going to Home Affairs to reapply for these documents when in actual fact we already have all your details, we've got your photograph? Even in the instance when somebody says, I need these documents but I'm happy with my photograph, there's absolutely no reason for a person to come to our offices. They can do that sitting at home. They can do that using safe kiosks anywhere in the shopping malls and elsewhere. So we're trying to introduce innovation at Home Affairs that's going to make it very, very convenient for people to apply for their documents without having to experience the inconvenience of standing in long queues.
Which is, I mean, that's the reality. I think, you know, the service is great, but it is just the queues. It's the people all flocking to one place to get the same thing. And it turns into a long day, and it doesn't need to be a long day. So I think diversifying this and spreading it out is going to be amazing. But you say for now, 12 branches. Is that only in the Johannesburg area right now, that these 12 pilot branches?
Only 11 in Johannesburg. There will only be 1 in Cape Town.
Okay.
But we are going to announce a rollout plan very soon, because there's a number of things that we need to take into consideration. We're trying to expand our footprint to ensure that we provide as much convenient and innovative service to our clients as possible.
Yeah. So, okay, so we will hear about those. And I suppose, where can you find out where these 12 branches are?
We are going to announce, and we're going to run adverts. We're going to publish those branches. Some of them have been already in pilot, and people have seen them at your Mainland Mall, at FNB, at Centurion Mall, and other malls in the country, Sandton City, Nedbank. So it's quite an exciting, because in the midst of doing your shopping, you can also be able to pop into your bank and do your application for your ID smart card. And so our clients, I think, are going to be quite excited. When we launch this project, we're going to start with the 30 to 35-year-olds. We're targeting young people. This is the 40th anniversary of the June 16th uprising. We want to pay homage to these young people who paid with their dear lives to bring South Africa to where it is. So we're starting with that group, because when we looked at the National Population Register, we found out that this is a group of about 4 million people that's manageable, that can be able to that we can use as a pilot. And so we're starting with them, and then we will expand to other age cohorts as the program is rolled out.
Just one last question, and I think one of the concerns from people is the price associated with getting these IDs. Now 140 Rand. Why has it gone up? What's the justification of this increase in applying for an ID?
It is basically because the technology required itself is quite expensive. Everything comes at a cost. If you look at it, the technology that was required to produce the green barcoded document was not smart at all, and the document was in itself not secure, not smart, and couldn't really be relied upon. We want to expedite the process of doing away with the green barcoded ID book and bring the smart card on board, and that's why the banks have come on board. The technology required, the entire process is paperless, digitized. Indeed. And there is no human intervention along the process. So you can trust that when your ID smart comes back to you, the only time a human being has touched it was when they transported the envelope from where the card was printed to the office where it will be issued to you. But from the moment you file in your application to the packaging of your application, the submitting of your file, nobody touches that, even up to a point where through the machines, the card is attached on the letter, folded, put into the envelope, and the envelope is sealed. Nobody touches that. It's only done through the machines. It
is an amazing process. I have to compliment the department. I mean, I didn't do this. I did it at Home Affairs, and at the same time with my daughter's passport, and it took 1 week for both of them, and that was mind blowing for me. And not a single form was filled out, and that made me even more excited. Malusi Gigaba, the Minister of Home Affairs, thank you for this technology, and I'm sure South Africans are welcoming this, because it really is. It is a mission standing in those queues. But from now on, we're hoping that very fast, no more queues, and we'll just go to our banks and pick up our IDs. A great initiative. All right, let's get you some sports news.